Welcome to the Biotech Signals series of the Micromolar podcast. Today is Monday, June 29th, 2026.
Zymeworks is acquiring struggling Theravance in a $929 million deal, giving the company access to the respiratory space as it brings Theravance's Viatris-partnered chronic obstructive pulmonary disease therapy, called Yupelri.
Ipsen is buying Cardos Therapeutics in a deal worth up to $1.7 billion to gain a Phase 3 blood cancer drug that could be used alongside Jakafi. The acquisition gives Ipsen a late-stage oncology asset and a potential foothold in myelofibrosis combination therapy.
GSK and Sparrow won the first FDA approval for an oral antibiotic targeting complicated urinary tract infections. The approval adds an important new option in a difficult infection category, where resistance and hospital burden remain major concerns.
Viridian won FDA approval for its eye disease drug, creating new competition for Amgen's Tepezza. The approval could reshape the thyroid eye disease market and gives Viridian a major commercial milestone.
AstraZeneca reported Phase 3 bone disease data for a drug positioned as a successor to Strensiq. If the data support approval, the asset could help AstraZeneca defend and extend a meaningful rare disease franchise.
Cardigan completed an upsized $400 million IPO to fund Phase 3 development of its cardiovascular programs. The offering reinforces that public investors are still willing to back late-stage, clinically focused biotech stories.
Campfield launched with $180 million to advance an oral inflammatory bowel disease therapy. The large Series A signals strong investor confidence in differentiated IBD approaches and adds another well-funded player to immunology.
Evommune's Phase 2b study failed, ending its challenge to Novartis in chronic hives. The setback sharply weakens the company's near-term competitive position and shows how difficult it is to break into established immunology markets.
Sobi received a complete response letter for its gout combination drug due to manufacturing issues. The FDA setback delays the product and helps preserve Amgen's position in the gout market for now.
BioCryst is ending internal discovery programs and pivoting toward partnerships. The move reflects a cost-conscious strategy focused on external collaboration.
Scancell is bidding for NASDAQ-listed Neuphoria to raise its U.S. profile. The transaction shows how smaller biotechs can use cross-border deals to gain visibility, capital access, and market credibility.
Talawar is heading to NASDAQ through a SPAC deal to fund its preclinical eczema B-specific program. The move gives the company faster public market access despite being at an early stage of development.
EpiCRISPR reported that its gene silencing approach enhanced muscle in muscular dystrophy. The data suggest the company's platform could have meaningful potential in neuromuscular disease if results translate clinically.
Alipexx is reviving plans for a $30 million IPO as it works to fund infectious disease programs. The move reflects the difficult reality for cash-strapped biotechs that need public capital to keep development moving.
Biogen is cutting most of its pipeline work after buying Apellis for $5.6 billion. The move suggests Biogen is narrowing its R&D focus and prioritizing only the assets it sees as most strategically valuable.
Jazz entered a T-cell engager collaboration with AbCellera that could exceed $2.4 billion. The deal continues Jazz's push into oncology and highlights sustained pharma interest in immune-engaging cancer platforms.
Merck added another AI-focused partnership with Pertillion worth more than $510 million. The pact shows how large pharma companies are increasingly treating data generation and AI-enabled discovery as core R&D tools.
Novartis deepened its relationship with Orionis through a molecular glue deal worth up to $1.4 billion. The agreement reflects continued interest in targeted protein degradation as a way to reach difficult disease biology.
Elysio's pancreatic cancer program disappointed in mid-stage testing, but the company still plans to move into Phase 3. The decision reflects a high-risk bet that the program's signal is strong enough to justify late-stage development, despite investor disappointment.
Sanofi won a type 1 diabetes approval for Tzield after a complicated regulatory path involving the Commissioner's National Priority Voucher program. The approval strengthens Sanofi's autoimmune diabetes position while highlighting ongoing uncertainty around new FDA incentive tools.
AstraZeneca's GLP-1 pill data were viewed as relatively underwhelming, indirectly helping rival structure. The readout shows how even decent obesity data can disappoint in a market where expectations are extremely high.
Those are all the biotech signals for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Micromolar podcast.